So, Greg, I love what you're bringing to the table. Everybody has some really great information today, don't you think? Yeah, lots of cool things to share. And Greg is talking about the story. So I don't want to take away from what you're saying, but when did you realize in your life? First of all, let's start it this way. What is the story?
All right, so story is something that we all have. Now you're probably thinking thinking, I don't have a story. But the reality is you do. As human beings, we're all storytellers. The story that I told myself, and as I say this, just kind of think about it. Think about, what could my driving story be? Well, that story for me was, if I pursue what I desire, I will not be loved. Think about that. Think about how powerful that can be. I didn't pursue anything. I gave up on myself because everything was outlined by, if I pursue a full-time, or if I pursue entrepreneurship, if I pursue the reality that I am gay, if I pursue controlling my own finances, the person whose love I crave most will not love me. And that for me was my father. So I want you to ask yourself, whose love do you crave most? And what have you done in your life to please that person without them knowing it?
Yeah. I think we all, and that comes back to the expectations. Because sometimes we have this perceived expectation of what that person thinks of us or how that situation should play out. But it's not the reality. And so when you put that importance on it and it doesn't belong there, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I did say this earlier today, but I think it needs to be said twice. And we beat ourselves up and we hold ourselves back. So when did you first realize you could change your story?
It was kind of odd. Sometimes you just wake up and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I've had enough. And I sit here and I get emotional thinking about it because I literally just got out of bed one day and I'm like, this is poo-poo. What am I doing? Who am I pretending to be? Pretending to be. So here's the thing. I grew up with the most unconditionally loving family. Now, many people who struggle with mental health go through different things, and they've had difficult childhoods growing up, foster cares, whatever. For me, it was completely different. I told myself that because I was so incredibly loved, that if I decide to be someone that they might not approve of, again, might not approve of, then I'm going to be disowned. I'm going to be living in a ditch somewhere. And it's crazy because we catastrophize. We tell ourselves these stories. We tell ourselves these stories based on our programming, based on our conditioning. The silliest thing is that I remember being about 18 or 19. I was sitting on the couch in my parents' house, and my dad was just making these silly little insignificant remarks about someone on the TV, like a gay couple doing something, and I flipped out. I got up, and I was like, out the door. And I was gone. And then they're just sitting there going, what did we do? Because we do the best we can with what we know. Yeah. Our parents don't always, the things that they program us and condition us with, it's not because they don't love us, it's because they do love us, and they're doing the best they can with what they know. Yep. And sometimes that's really challenging. And to sit here today, having reflected on that, I can thank them. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. So, like, really. So if you decide that you want to change your story, because that also happened with myself. I was tired of feeling bad, tired of not being in control, that kind of stuff. Tired of letting my mental health dictate my life. And it took time. This is not an overnight fix, guys. Like, let's keep it real, okay? However, when you get to that point, What was it for you? What did you decide, I have written here, when you create your future? What did that look like for you?
Yeah. Many of the other speakers alluded to it. It's when you choose yourself. When you get up, you look in the mirror, and as much as your mind is going to tell you stories that make it sound incredibly untrue, you are worthy, you are enough. You have to keep going with that. You have to find that tribe, those people that will be by your side. For me, it's been a lot about my sister has been my go-to person. You want to have people in your tribe that aren't just going to support you and be like, hey, good job. You want people that are also going to challenge you.
Yeah.
Because what doesn't challenge you doesn't change you. So for me, it was a lot of, when you get so sick and tired, like, you finally realize that you're so sick and tired of being incredibly inauthentic to you to maybe please someone else. You stop doing everything you're doing. You start choosing yourself.
Yep, it's true. Okay, so if you're comfortable.
Bring it on.
I was going to ask the audience.
Oh.
Still love you.
Okay.
All right, so if you're comfortable, raise your hand if you are currently in a place where you want to change how you experience your tomorrow. That's a lot of hands.
Can I show you where to start?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So for everybody, not just the people that raise their hands, I want everybody to stand up because we are about to do what's called the Superman exercise, and we are about to own your power. Okay?
I am a superwoman.
Yes, super people.
Super.
Super
Are you a
people all
Superman,
around.
Mr. Cody?
So, first of all, I want you to know that you're going to go through a process where I'm going to take you through a journey of two different scenarios. And first, I want you to realize where your body goes, where your mind goes, where your thoughts go in that process, and then we're going to Superman the living poop out of things. I'm careful about my words.
Appreciate you.
Yep. Plus, saying poop is kind of fun.
It really is.
It takes away some of the negative
Can
tones.
we become
and things.
Superman now?
Yes. So, close your eyes for me. I want you to remember your very first kiss. Where were you? What smells were you smelling? Were you laughing? Were you smiling? Were you shaking out of nerves? Just recognize how you were feeling in that moment. And hold on to that. And take one nice deep breath, holding on to this feeling. And now keeping your eyes closed, I want you to remember walking through the doors of the funeral home of someone you really, really loved. I want you to remember the sounds, the feelings, the people. What were they doing? What were they saying? Hold on to this feeling and take one deep breath. In an instant, go back to that kiss. Right now. Back to it. Back to it. Open your eyes. Take a look at the people beside you. Look at the body language of how that kiss felt.
That's not even a little bit awkward, eh?
Nope.
Okay.
So here's where Superman comes in. Arm out. Cape on. Own that power. How does Superman fly across the sky? Is he crumpled over in sadness?
I think it's 2 arms.
I can't.
You can.
1 second.
Hold on. We got this.
It's like a. Thank you.
I super got you.
Okay, up. How do we feel? Okay, this is gonna be strange and kind of weird, but on the count of 3, you're gonna let out a battle cry, and we're gonna light up this room with a battle cry because energy and motion is emotion. 1, 2, 3. Ah! You're laughing. You're having
Right?
fun. Does that memory of the funeral still exist? No. You can change your body. You change your body language, you change your thoughts, you change everything. Support the people that support you, and you're going to make a big difference.